Holy moly, did they just destroy anti-meta. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. Holy, if you are a anti-meta stun player on Master Duel, I'm so sorry. Like, to me, I didn't expect to see this, but this is insane. So, for their new Forbidden and Limited list coming up here on a week from now, on October 9th, we're finally losing to your Elements Perino. You know, I gotta say, this card, I feel like this stuck around a lot longer than it needed to out here, because this is just one of those cards you look at and you're like, wow, you know, this is incredibly strong. It does some pretty good things for the tier deck, and unfortunately, it's gone. And then Nightmare Corruptor Yubel going, I can't say I'm not surprised about this either. Nightmare Corruptor Yubel is one of those cards that being able to, in a one-on-one format, lock your opponent, and your opponent can't actually, you know, play the game, I feel like is a little bit devastating out here to, you know, do the thing. And then, sayonara, my old friend. Jaugen the Spiritualist is banned. Now, I find this very interesting because it had to be the reason, not only does Jaugen give you the floodgate effect of neither player can special summon, but it had to be the reason that you could just discard a random card and board wipe your opponent's field. Now, it does say random on it, which is not exactly the craziest thing in the world, but I find this hilarious that Jaugen, of all cards, had to be put down because, you know, especially I can imagine in a format like this where you see the Moon Mirror Shield put onto the Jaugen, and it's just a massively frustrating issue. It's not like Stun is like an incredibly strong deck, but I can imagine just the constant grinding through these cards and being forced to, you know, try to outplay this can be a massive ignorant annoyance. So yeah, I can understand this. To be limited to one, hey look, Pobler! It's almost like it's a one in every universal format now. Yeah! Who would have guessed? And this is the big takeaway with this. In the TCG, we're expecting Pobler to be this, well, it's an incredibly good card. I think with this being put to one, you're going to start to finally see the consistency issues start to shine out here with this. And those big issues are really going to shine in the long term out, especially, you know, if we do get more support for Pobler. But you got to remember, Tenpai is still nowhere to be seen in this game, all right? You're limiting tier, you're dialing back Snake Eyes, but Tenpai has not had a landing yet. The minute Tenpai comes into this game, you know, especially when you're dialing back Yubel and you're dialing back Snake Eyes, you have some major problems that you're going to have to deal with. And then, of course, I still can't believe this, man. I know Jaugen's a problem, but you also had to put Fossil Dino to one. Like, making Stun a completely invalidated deck, I feel like is really no fun. Somebody's going to be like, well, Robbie, you know, you've played Stun for years. Yes, I have played anti-meta Stun for years. It's one of the only viable strategies that you could really have unless your opponent opened up like Imperm to be able to do things. And I think the problem here with this is, once again, you look at the way that this format is designed. You look in the vacuum of the 1 out of 1 and you're like, well, people are not playing spell and trap removal, so thus their deck builds can't really, you know, stand up to this. And then this becomes an auto win button. I understand that there has to be a balancing to this. Maybe if you implement a 2 out of 3, you could start to see some different things out here. But goodbye, Fossil Dino. I'm gonna miss you. I don't play much Master Duel, but looking at these ban lists are very influential on our side of the game and very influential on the OCG, just to kind of see the ideas that they'll do out here. So to be semi-limited, this is a nothing burger, I feel like. Where most builds only playing 2 Kieran as it was. Like, did I miss like some explosion of consistency that was out here? Like, I understand that the OC or Master Duel's had Ukalonics for a little while, so I can imagine, you know, once you kind of get these two kind of cooking together, you're gonna have a little bit of some issues. So I guess also I forgot this card was limited to 2 in the OCG. I swear most of the TCG versions only play 2 though. And then we have Phantom of Yubel going to 2. Does Phantoms at 1 in the OCG? Master Duel has it to 2. TCG still has it at 3. Granted, probably next list we're going to see Phantom get dramatically reduced. That's just the expectancy of this card. This card is stupid, man. Having a generic overwrite is insane. Alright? Especially, like, even if you're looking like the splash versions of this out here, I don't know how much Master Duel has explored the 3 thrones, the 1 in Spirit and the 1 base form Yubel, to be able to make this. But I assure you, that package is dumb. Dark Beckoning Beast to 2. Couldn't you just put opening to 1 and just call it a day? Like, isn't opening to 1 the correct hit here? Like, you don't have to do anything else. Like, Dark Beckoning Beast, sure, it does get you the extra searcher. It does force you to play, the Chaos Summoning Beast as the additional brick, which I think is okay. But, sure. And then, oh, hey, look, opening's going to 2 anyway. There is... the TCG hitting opening was the best call. The OCG leaving opening at 3 just means that you can discard opening to recur back another card, which is, kind of stupid. It's literally the free discard a continuous spell from your graveyard, or to add back, and then discard 1 to also summon a fiend. It's the stupid recurability on this thing that I have the problem with. And that's why, the TCG didn't want you to be able to soft loop this and be able to get back all of this kind of free advantage that you could. And I agree with that. All 3 of these semi-limit hits to Yubel aren't going to do anything. All right, this is a nothing burger, as we're going to call it. Woo! I don't have to sit through 3 Phantoms. I still got to deal with 2 in the average. They're still going to make Varudis at the end of this. It is irrelevant. It's cool to see they're doing things, but okay. Cards to be unlimited. Oh boy. 3 Thunder Dragon Colossus. We live in a time out here where you're probably going to see all 3 formats have 3 Thunder Dragon Colossus here extremely shortly. And the only real deck that's playing this right now is Ritual Beast. I can imagine we will get some eventual Thunder Dragon support out here, which will probably push this card near the brink, or, whatever support we get will just be Thunder locked. You can only summon Thunders from your extra deck for the rest of this turn. That's going to be awful if that's the case, but alright. Water Enchantress, this card, I understand that there was 3 years ago? It's been 2 to 3 now? I understand Water Enchantress was a massive pain in the butt when it first came out. Times have changed. This engine, while it's still good for the Omni that it's able to set up, it is so slow now that we are fine to bring this back. Why are we moving Gold Sark to 3? I understand Malice is probably nowhere in the future right here, but you're playing with fire with this thing, man. Malice is going to abuse this so hard. We've already seen the OCG out here pushing 2 of these in Malice. This is once again, Master Duel's 6 to 9 months behind, so wild. Eradicator Epidemic Virus also moving. Hey, Labyrinth players, feel free to blow up your opponent even harder, actually. I guess to be fair, though, one of your main back row decks just went away. RIP to anti-meta. And Chaos Space going to 3. I'm kind of okay with this. I'm very intrigued to see what this will do. Overall, RIP to anti-meta. To your players, I'm sorry you guys lost your field spell. That wasn't on my bingo sheet of things to see out here. I guess if you're a Yubel player, you got at least a little bit longer to play your deck the way it looks. It looks like that this was kind of Konami's warning sign going, hey, you guys got a little bit more time, and next list, probably November, you're going to watch us just get executed out of the room. All right, I can already tell the way that the TCG is handling this and the way that everybody's kind of handling this. We're starting the excommunicante out of the room out here. So Fire King hit is whatever. And Pobler just matching all 3 formats. I mean, this is a list. This is, if you're doing monthly list, this is the kind of stuff that you want. But, trying to get the TCG on monthly list, oh, that'd be a truly wild experience for all of us. So what do you guys think? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.